Hello everybody and welcome back to another new world between the streams. Today we're going to be talking about some very interesting stuff that's going on the Pacha server. There's been just a whole slew of things going down, and I figured I would let everybody know and my feelings on the current state of our server, as well as where I think the future is going to go for it, and my thoughts on the server merges. Now, I don't usually do my recordings with my cam on. The server is currently down. It is 4:30 a.m., so I'm a little bit out of it, but I wanted to get this recording made, and we're gonna go from there. That said, as some of you may have noticed, I am no longer part of Stray Dogs. I've actually moved over to Wolves of Mall Street. The Stray Dogs have actually left the Pacha server in pursuit of some PvP experiences on some larger, more populated servers, which, you gotta go where you need to go in order to make yourself happy in the game that you purchased. So, it is what it is. As for me, I am staying on Pacha because the server is a lot smaller. I'll have better opportunities, to go out, gather, craft, hang out with people that I've met along the way, and do all that fun stuff. And I know once we get merged into a larger, more populated server, we're going to end up, having a harder time getting nodes, going to have a harder time with pretty much everything in the game besides finding dungeons and PvP and stuff like that. Plus, there's going to be a lot of wars off the jump, I'm sure. And there's going to be a whole slew of things to do that is going to be preventing you from being able to get these crafting things done. Just something that I figure I'd mention, because even if you're not on Pacha server, if your server happens to be slightly smaller, be sure to take this opportunity to get all your crafts up, or at least all your refinements done, so you can start making dailies. Or, helping out your buddies who might be also crafting something. You could use your daily cooldowns to help them, or even use your daily cooldowns to go ahead and sell off a bunch of stuff to make yourself some money. But yeah, as for my current server, because there's a bunch of people that seem to be dropping out. Let's see. I've heard rumors of a couple companies from Purple that are leaving, including several that were aligned with Stray Dogs and aligned with Mall Street, which, it's always sad to see these things break up, but I think it's a little bit premature, because you never know how the server merges are going to affect things, whether it be on your server, on a new server, or where you're going to end up. But for the time being, just rolling with the punches here. Initially, Pacha was one of the more higher populated servers, which eventually dwindled down to be like a mid-tier, but we were still the top of our server cluster. With so many people leaving, we're definitely towards the bottom end, which means we are going to get pulled into other people's servers, which isn't ideal, but it gives us the opportunity to do some wars, and it gives us the opportunity to, work with other companies if that's a thing. I hear that most companies don't work together on other servers. I don't know whether that's actually true, but from what I've been told, most, green attacks yellow, yellow attacks green, and purple attacks both. So, like, it's going to be interesting at the very least to see the new dynamics in all the servers. In the meantime, we've been gathering up any players who were left behind by their company and trying to form the best group we can in order to continue to fight wars for Syndicate. Yellow's been pulling people from other companies as well, since their people are also leaving, and I'm sure Green has done the same. I haven't really talked to too many of the Marauders, although there are a couple people that I know that are sticking around on my server, that from all sides of the fence, that I enjoy talking to, or that we don't really have any problems with, and we all PvP together, or we'll go and hang out in the open world together, which, perfectly fun. And anytime that you can have a good laugh that somebody killed you during outposts it's just lunacy. Because we'll on my server, we'll be messaging each other back and forth like, oh my god, I can't believe you killed me, or what's your build, or that's a sick weapon that you just got. It's a lot of fun. But, of course, then again, you end up back in there against that same player, and it's game on, But, as for the current health of New World, I think they're doing okay. Obviously, every MMO is going to have their growing pains where the servers or will have problems, and as you can see on here, there's a lot of slideshowing going on. But we did do a bunch of outpost rush just today, where after that update where they said they fixed a lot of the issues, and I haven't noticed any slideshows recently. And despite all of the bugs and stuff, there are still a lot of players sticking around. I'm hoping to see that players come back as things get fixed. There's this growing pain where some of the bugs get fixed and cause other bugs or things like that, but I'm hoping that with new Amazon's inexperience with this stuff, that they're learning a lot, and within the first year the game will be doing really well. We've already seen some improvements, some quality of life adjustments, as well as bug fixes left and right. It was probably a little too early to release the Void Gauntlet because there were still some issues that needed to be addressed before adding in new mechanics that would ultimately mean that they have more things to fix. Hopefully the game gets in a little bit more of a stable state before they put out, like the desert or anything like that. But players won't wait too long for that before they start getting antsy and complaining that it's not there yet, or there's nothing new yet. So hopefully they're able to, get out there and fix a large portion of the issues before we end up having the new areas come out. And then, in general, Pacha is just... we seem to be getting along really well. There are a couple wars coming up here tomorrow because Stray Dogs left the server. Of course, we owned Everfall, and we also owned Ebonscale. Those are going to be attacked because, well, they think nobody's going to be there to defend it, but we've got news for them. Now, we also have We've also seen a lot of players in other companies starting to sign up for the Purple Wars. If it's purple versus green, we'll have yellow sign up, and if it's purple versus yellow, we'll have green sign up, and everybody's just wanting to do the wars. There's a little bit of people that are just in it for money or for Azoth or rep or whatever, but there are a lot of players still on the server that are really into the fact that you get an opportunity to do a lot of PvP that you wouldn't normally be able to otherwise. Jeez, almost died there. You see that? Nuts. This is all footage from my Twitch channel, in which we had a war slightly after the Void Gauntlet came out, and I was being focused pretty heavy on a lot of these. There's because that's another thing about the smaller servers, is everybody knows everybody's name, and usually they can associate your class based on that name, and so there's a lot of name targeting going on. I have it playing in fast forward right now, so we'll go ahead and turn that back to normal. But that just makes it more fun, because if you see a nameplate coming up that you recognize, you'll be like, oh, that person's a tank. Time to not get axe cleaved in the back. So that's always adds an element of fun to it to me as well, because usually companies will go into dungeons or outpost rush rather, and you'll see a nameplate and you'll be like, oh, that person's part of my company, go and kill that person. Because we just have a lot of fun with those things. I love that you can actually fight your own faction and your own company in things like this. So having that has really helped out the game a lot, I think. But again, that's one of the reasons why people are moving on, because they want more of that. And well, gotta go where you find to be more fun for you. So unfortunately, that's gonna do it for me here today. Thank you everybody for stopping on, and remember to take care of yourself, take care of your loved ones, stay healthy out there, and I will see you in the next one. Bye everybody.